Hello and welcome. Welcome to our weekly feelings check-in. Let me make sure I get this a little closer. Whoa. You don't need to see my face that close. So, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, April 2nd. We made it into April. Hooray! Hooray! So it's our Thursday social skills group or social group. And I see that I've got somebody here. So good. I've got a signal. I've got some Wi-Fi. So welcome to Feelings Check-In. I'm Deborah from the Center for Enhancing Abilities. I'm from the Bergen location. But all welcome. All members are welcome. I haven't had my coffee yet, so my processing is slow. It's always good in the morning. So I might see, I don't know. I think Nicole's family is on. I don't know if Nicole is up this early, but if she is, welcome, Nicole. If not, welcome to Nicole's family. So every Thursday, almost hey, Jamie, so nice to see you this morning. Thank you. You're like a morning early bird, and Nicole's not up. Just in case everybody wanted to know, Nicole is not up. I had a feeling not. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be up either if I didn't have to be. But I've children, so they frown upon if you aren't up, to make sure they stay in the house and all that stuff. But welcome. Jamie is one of our early risers. That's the word, early riser. So the 10:30 group, some of us catch it on the recorded video. So welcome. As I said, I'm Deborah from the Center for Enhancing Abilities, the Bergen location, but all members are welcome. And on Thursdays, hey, Christian, thanks, man. I'm still dreaming of Dunkin'. What, you got yourself a matcha latte from Dunkin'? Is that what you're going to get? I didn't know they had that. That sounds pretty cool. I was driving by Dunkin' and I was going to send in my order online and pick it up, but I decided against it. I was too lazy to get out of my car. I was going to actually the Bergen Center to check in, check for mail, make sure everything's okay, check for messages, so everything's okay. And I was going to go, but I didn't. So, Christian, when you do go, please, as you enjoy your matcha latte, I can't say that. Please think of me and toast it. Thank you. Every class, I try to have an interesting mug or cup or drink. I try. I have to see how many mugs I have, and I have a lot of teapots. So maybe if I run out of mugs, I might have to bring out some teapots. So yeah, years of collecting mugs. So, coffee is what keeps me going, and I'm running a little low. So, but that leads us to today's topic. So on Thursdays, especially here, which we've been doing for about almost a month, but at our center at Bergen, we always have social activities and groups. It's a signature latte, and Caitlin likes it as well. She likes matcha as well. You guys are pretty sophisticated. I'm pretty jealous. I don't know if I'm as sophisticated and classy as you guys. So maybe it'll rub off on me. Maybe I'll have to try it. Try new experiences. I've just got my usual, I like light blend coffee blends, if that makes sense. 2 stevia, if I'm feeling healthy, and skim milk, because I'm trying to, keep healthy. So on Thursdays at the Bergen Center, we usually have a morning social group. Everybody's welcome to join it, and usually once a month at least, we do it more for some in-depth discussion. We call it our feelings check-in. And for this duration, I'm using Thursday mornings as our feeling check-in, because that way we've had most of the week that comes through. The weekend is coming, so we can process the week. So Christian, Kathleen, you can process for Nicole, Jamie, you can process for yourself. The idea is we're just kind of feeling how our week has gone. We've done the majority of the week, and we're heading into the end. So it leads us to just check in, see how we're doing. I have somebody checking in. It's problems when we have these open studios, but it's cool. It's cool. So, checking in. Today's topic is each week, if you haven't figured out, there's a theme. There's kind of an arc, if you guess, a path. We've been talking about dealing with this time of social distancing. So I have another topic that relates to this. So it might help us a lot. Okay? So I don't think it'll upset us. I don't think it'll upset us, but it's something that I want you guys to let me know if it's something that's bothering you. And is the term of uncertainty. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to define what that means and why I picked that as a topic. Uncertainty. Uncertain. I have now cats running all over the place. So, in the past few weeks, we've talked about calming strategies that a lot of you have chimed in and given me some feedback on what you do to help yourself kind of calm and soothe, or sometimes you'll hear self-regulate. Our minds and our bodies get intense, and we need to kind of bring it down, bring ourselves under control. Because if we're always like this, we don't make good decisions, and it keeps getting worse and worse. So calming strategies was one. Then we talked about suggestions and tips to deal with the emotional, our feelings that develop through this time of social distancing, where social distancing, as you know, but I will remind you, is a time where we're staying away from each other. We're not getting close to each other in order to make sure that we don't pass around this illness that is going around. So that some people who are very, physically delicate and maybe have or very old, that they don't get sick and then they don't have to go to the hospital. So, and we don't want to make, our nurses and doctors and everybody that helps us with health get overstressed out, because too many people are going to the doctor. So that's why we're staying at home. We're chilling out. We're flattening the curve, if you haven't heard that expression. So, welcome. What are you drinking this morning? Or what did you have for breakfast? Chime in. Let me know. I can sometimes see my feed. Sometimes I feel bad that I don't see everything. So, chime in again. I don't know why I might not get yours, but I will definitely give you a shout out. And I want your feedback, all right, on our topic. So we're going to start. As I said, this is our feelings check-in. So I need you to check in. I need you to let me know how you're doing and how you're feeling today, all right? I also want to give a special shout out. Thanks to all the people that joined us for our trivia night. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time. We'll be doing something else very soon. I think I already posted it, so I kind of have to do it now. Is game show nights. So we'll move from trivia. I might have something up my sleeve. So you can join on Zoom or on Facebook Live to do a little game show fun. And that's welcome to all members of all centers and their family and staff. So we hope to get more people even. We had a good number. So if you were in, our Zoom group or trivia night, or you were watching on Facebook, you didn't get the good visual. I had a nice visual from Zoom. But if you were on that and you found that a lot of fun or you found that helpful, let us know. The cow mug would have been perfect. You have an Aunt Donna? I have a sister Donna. Because when she was a kid, she motivated her kids to read. This is from Caitlin. And I don't know if it's going to let me do it. By kissing a cow. One time she did one with a pig. Well, here's to your Aunt Donna and to you, Caitlin. And Christian was giving you a shout out before too. So I like how the udders are the pedestal, I guess. So, all right. So let's talk about today's topic, today's feelings check-in. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know you're, checking in, taking toll of what you're feeling. So let's go on. Today's topic was uncertainty. If you know what the word uncertainty means, please put it in a comment. Join it. I'll share your thoughts on that. And we're going to find out why I picked uncertainty. So what I'm getting from a lot of people, what I'm sensing, is that some people are having a tough time, not just our members, but everyone probably around the world, is when is this going to end? When are we going to be able to go back to the way things were? And if you agree with me that that's one of your thoughts that runs through your head, please let me know. Give me a shout out for that. Check in on that. So when is this going to end, Deborah? When am I going to be able to go back to the center? When am I going to be able to go out to dinner and to the movies? When am I going to be able to just go over to my neighbor? I don't know what, maybe some of you would do this, give him a big hug and a kiss. When am I just going to be able to go to the food store and not worry about anything? So hence the word uncertainty. I don't have an answer for you. Okay, and I'm not saying that to make you sad or upset. But right now, really, nobody knows. And that's what uncertainty is, right? It's unknown. We don't have a clue. We don't know the answer to our question or our concern. It is uncertain. There is no answer yet. Does that mean that we're never going to go back to normal? No, of course not. Nothing lasts forever. All right? Some things last longer than we want them to. Like a test that you're going to bomb. I've had that. Like, when is this going to be over? Really boring movie. Labor for women. Nothing lasts forever. And that can be a very positive thing. That means sometimes some things that are painful or uncomfortable or difficult or hard, it'll eventually end. And we'll move on to better and more positive things. That is the cycle of life. The circle of life. That is what always happens. But the problem of uncertainty or the unknown is we don't know when that's going to happen. When is the bad times or the difficult times going to end so we can get to the good stuff? And that's what causes a lot of us stress, discomfort, frustration, and anger. So if you agree with me, let me know if that's something that you're feeling, if that's a concern that you're having. All right? Some people who I think are still sleeping have said that to me or have sent me a message. I just don't know when this is going to end. And I know that's tough. So what we're going to talk about this morning is not only those feelings and letting us share our thoughts and feelings on that, we're going to look at ways that we can try to deal with uncertainty. And that's a really important thing. I don't mean to seem, I don't mean to sound mean, but I hope that this, I don't know, your message, you don't sound mean, Caitlin, but maybe you can resend your message. You can resend it and I'll share it. I don't understand your message right now. But if you were talking about my mug, it wasn't mean. I don't take it as anything mean. Not at all. So we are going to be talking about uncertainty. Hey, it's Jamie. Jamie from the Morris Center. Jamie, who was one of the most beautiful, she had a beautiful flower headband. I think she was wearing a green jacket for the fashion show last October. So welcome, Jamie. I believe we have Caitlin and we have Christian. So we've got some of your Bergen members, some of your Morris members, and we've got some Bergen members too. So welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're doing our feelings check-in and we're talking about uncertainty, meaning the unknown. Deborah, I'm stressed out because I don't know when this is going to end. I hear you, and I agree with you. So we're going to talk about ways to deal with that. And for those of you who are new to our feelings check-in or any of our Facebook classes, it is your job to put a comment in and I hopefully see them. Sometimes I don't see them all, but I know some people send them through Messenger and I don't see them. Like I know Hannah and I think Abby in the past have sent me messages and I don't see them. So I apologize until afterwards. So if you don't see me shouting out, maybe send it again. All right. So let's start on some ideas to help with uncertainty, the unknown. All right. So our first one, whoops, there's also mistakes, like me making mistakes every day. I got my notes. Sometimes I use notes. I need a little clipboard here. So first thing is, oh, well, I'm glad you enjoy my talking. Here, hold on. I hope not to sound mean, but I hope that this virus doesn't let up because I don't know how to deal with, oh, wait, all right. We're talking, I'm not going to say anybody's names. If it's somebody, I'm just trying to read. I'm trying to get, okay. So you've been dealing with somebody giving you some attention that you don't want. Well, it is important to set boundaries. You know, if it's attention through texting or messaging, sometimes we have to block people. It's not because we don't like them or that we're mean people, but we have to do things to protect ourselves and our emotional well-being. So sometimes that happens. And if people can't deal with that or they're insulted, that's really less of your problem and more of theirs. So you need to set boundaries for yourself and to protect your emotional well-being. So it's not mean. I get it. We all need space. And we all need boundaries. So absolutely. But I hear you. Some people are the introverts, people that like things quiet and like things a little bit slower and to themselves might be enjoying this. I think even they're having a hard time with this. So we're talking about uncertainty, the unknown, Deborah. That's what's really driving me nuts about this experience. So let's see. Here's a list of ways, some tips of things we can do to help us deal with uncertainty. And you can chime in and tell me, Deborah, that's a stinker, or Deborah, I think that's a good idea and I might try that. Okay? So these are based on experience and professional advice. The number one thing that I'm going to tell you is that when dealing with uncertainty, the answer isn't that the uncertainty ends. The answer to dealing with it, or the solution, or the fix, I guess you want to say, to dealing with uncertainty is that we have to accept that some things we will not know the answer to right away. That's the hard part. So that's what this is about. Accepting that there are some things that we just won't know the answer to for a while. And that's what drives us nuts, right? That we don't know. But the number one thing that we need to learn in life as adults, that's why it makes us frustrated as children, and as we grow throughout our adulthood, is that we learn to accept that just sometimes we don't have the answers, right? Little kids are always asking you questions. What's this? What's that? What's this? Why don't you know? Why don't you know? Why? And that, as we develop throughout our lives as adults, we try to learn how to accept that there are some questions in life we don't have the answers to. So while this problem of social distancing and this virus, we don't know when it's going to end or when things are going to change, but we as adults are learning that we're going to be okay, and we have to accept that for a while we're not going to have the answer. So that's what this is about. All right. I see, Caitlin, you're sharing something. I get it that if you avoid a certain place, the person won't be able to cause you that problem. And that may be something positive that you can focus on for the time being. We need to find focusing things, some small positives in this, but ultimately we do all want to get back to our regular life and deal with the problems that our regular life has to deal with. There's always challenges, no matter what's going on. Kind of a bummer in life, right? But that's what makes it interesting, right? Funny mugs, good coffee, and challenges are what make life interesting. So let's do our first tip here, okay? So when you're dealing with the unexpected, or not the unexpected, but the unknown, uncertain things, you know what you might want to do is sit down, change your thoughts from expectation. That's a fancy word. We're going to deal with a lot of fancy words. Expectation is, we're waiting for something to happen. We're expecting something to happen. Maybe, I know, I heard, there's going to be this great concert and I'm hoping for it. We need to change our expectations. And maybe we can start doing plans, making a plan about what we can control in our lives, right? So changing our thoughts and making new plans. That's one way to deal with uncertainty. So that's our topic for today. A couple of people have come in late. That's what our feelings check-in is about. The uncertainty, dealing with uncertainty, finding ways not to say that uncertainty isn't going to happen, but to deal with uncertainty. So our first step may be to think in a positive mindset, be positive, and make a plan for ourselves, right? Especially about the things that we can control and that we do have some certainty with. For example, we may not know how long this is going, but we know that, good morning, Janice and Will, good morning, welcome, thank you for joining our feelings check-in. So our first tip is maybe we can make a plan about the things we already know about, things that we have some control and certainty over. For example, during the beginning of the week, I sent you a schedule of our classes on Facebook. I also sent you some ideas. I think today I posted a plan, a schedule of what you could do each day. It's a suggestion. You don't have to do it. Don't worry. I'm not coming to your house or grading you on anything, but it's a suggestion. It's a plan. And maybe you can use that plan to follow on yourself. So each day, maybe Whether you write it down, maybe you draw pictures, maybe you put it on your phone, maybe you put it in your head. I'm a little bit like that. It drives my husband crazy. But you write a plan for the day. So while you may not know how long this is going to last, but you'll have an idea of a course of actions, what you can do today. That's something that you can plan for. So it lets you take a little control over the bigger situation. So I really do. And it lets you start to change your expectations. So, you know, some of us, we have a community at Bergen. We have a community calendar that lets us know different places we were going to. So some of us had our heart planned on it or expectations. Well, now, because we don't know when this is going to end, we don't know if any of those events are going to happen. Everything's up in the air, and that causes us stress. So what I'm here to tell you is, I don't know when our community plan will go back into effect, and some things may very well be canceled until a much later time. But what I can tell you is that there are some things that are going on and that you can put them into your schedule and your plan. So that's okay. That's okay, Caitlin. This is, yes, I do forgive you. That's what our feelings check-in is. When we're talking about personal conflicts, we want to leave it more like confidential. We don't necessarily want to say names. But this is not a blame game session, okay? It's okay. We're here to talk about our feelings. That's all right. That's all right. All right? So our first step is make a plan. Change our expectations. So now we had this expectation back in March that we would live our general schedule. We'd go about our business. We'd do our own things. We'd keep our community schedule at the center. And alas, that bubble has been popped, and now we don't know when we're coming back to it. But what we can do is we can change our expectations. Now our expectations are, okay, I can go to Facebook. I can check my email to find out what things my friends and my teachers are doing and my family are doing, and I can make a new plan. I can plan my day of the things that I can control. And if you need a sample plan, check your email if you get email from me, or scroll down on Facebook and take a look at that sample schedule for the day. You can use that every day. You can use it every day. You cut some things off. So make a plan. Make a plan. Change your expectations and make a new plan. That's one way to deal with uncertainty. All right? As we were saying, just to really emphasize, in your plan, you're really only going to be thinking about, or in your expectations, about the things you can control. So don't make a plan on your calendar. I'm going back to see Deborah in art class April 30th. That we don't know. That's the uncertainty, and we don't have control over that. But what we can put in our plan, and I always warn you, I say, hey, there might be some changes, but overall, I'm letting you know today at 2:30, I'm doing our fashion and crafting class. You can put that into your plan. That's something you have control over. All right? You can control over when you're going to leave your house to take a walk around the block. Those are the things to put in your plan. And that will give you some certainty in an uncertain world, right? Gain some control. I don't know. Tell me. Yes? No? You think that's a good one? Deborah, take a hike? I don't think that's going to work. That's possible. I can take feedback and criticism. It's cool. So our next one is what we're doing today. It's a great tip to deal with uncertainty. And that is our feelings check-in. All right? Some people call it a feeling observer. I want you to take some time every day, and this maybe put in your plan, to check in how you're feeling, okay? Really take a moment and think about, and whenever your feelings, we might have to do this several times a day. This is one of the things that have been coming out when you see lots of people talking about the situation. They have lots of feelings all the time. That's me naturally. But you may be feeling pretty good. Like, hey, I really enjoyed FaceTiming with my friends. I've got this. I've got this social distancing. And then 10 minutes later, you may be feeling, ugh, I miss them and I'm bored and I want to get the heck out of my house. So our feelings go up and down, up and down. So we need to make sure that regularly we're checking in with ourselves. We're being aware of how we're feeling. And we can explore those feelings. And we can, some of the feelings might give us physical sensations, right? When we're feeling scared or anxious or fearful, our hearts may be pounding, our breathing may be very quick. Some of us may get a little dizzy. Feels like our brains, thoughts are moving a mile a minute. Those are important clues that sometimes it's our physical, right? We're ignoring our emotional element, and it's those physical sensations that start to happen. And those are our first clue that something's going on inside of us, in our feelings. So we want to be aware of that. And that's when, talk about another part of this plan, right? Stop and take a breath. So throughout the day, maybe put it in your plan. Throughout the day, you're going to check in. You're just going to observe your feelings. You're not going to judge yourself. You're not going to be mad at yourself. Say, oh, Deborah, I'm so mad at you, Deborah, for feeling upset, or you were crying, or you were yelling at yourself, or don't do that. Be kind to yourself. This isn't about judgment, big word, right? This isn't about being mad at ourselves or kicking ourselves or telling ourselves, oh, that was a dumb feeling to have. No, all these things are natural. We're humans. We have feelings. This is part of what we do. Little inconvenient feelings. They can also be great. But the ones that are what I call down feelings, I don't want to call them good or bad. I call them up and down. The down feelings, they're natural. They're part of the contract of being a person. We feel them. We feel them. And we must acknowledge them. We must accept them. We must observe them. We must say, yeah, check in, say, I don't feel very good right now. I feel kind of bummed. I'm frustrated. I'm anxious. I'm mad. That's okay. Just step back. Let those feelings do their thing. Okay? Because we're feeling nervous or anxious or frustrated because we're uncertain. But guess what? I know those feelings aren't going to last forever. Eventually, things are going to happen that we're going to be on the upswing. We're going to feel better. And that's good too. Check in on those times. Say, hey, you know what? Right now, I feel really good. Make a mental note. I feel really good. I really enjoyed trivia night, or I enjoyed going on a Zoom class with my instructors and seeing my friends. Remember those feelings, because that'll help you. You're going to tap into those things. You're going to remember those things, and it'll help you make your plan, our first step. So all our feelings, because sometimes we're going to feel good. We're going to make some great memories with our families, even though some of us are a little tired of spending so much time, but we're going to have some really great memories too. And we're going to feel really proud of ourselves by getting through this and working together. Alrighty. So feelings check-in. Do it regularly. Do it often. Put it in a plan. It's okay. Whatever it is. That means we're not pushing them away because we think they're down feelings. There are no good or bad feelings. There's up and down. All right? Up and down. No good or bad. All feelings are normal and natural because we're people. Okay? That's the way it works. I guess if we were a robot, but because we're humans and we make robots, we're trying to make robots deal with feelings. Oh, we can't get enough of them. So it's part of who we are. All right? So we just accept them. We just say, hey, I'm feeling this way or I'm feeling this way. And I know they're going to change. That is certain. All righty. Feel free. Chime in. Check in. Tell me how you're feeling. Give me some thoughts. If you think these are some good ideas or you think, Deborah, you're all wet. I disagree with you, girl. I get it. Or just tell me. Or send me a picture of your mug or your cup. Coffee. And I hope Christian's enjoying his cup. All right. Next one might be a tricky one, but I think it's a good one. I want you to be confident in yourself, okay? What does that mean, Deborah? What does this have to do with dealing with uncertainty and the unknown? I want you, because I have confidence in you, I want you, if that was the case, then we would have Inspector Gadget as a friend. Yes, Caitlin. He had a lot of feelings because he's like, right, half human. He was kind of like a cyborg, right? Do the Borg on Star Trek have feelings? Or do they have a common group think? Let me know. But yeah. Sometimes I envy computers and machines because they don't have to deal with these pesky emotions. But emotions are what make life interesting. It's feelings and emotion that make art, right? I mean, I guess computers can make art, but the really only reason why they can do it is because they had a human program them. So animals have feelings. They make some art. Feelings are amazing. And they're what drive us. They're what make us keep going. So we use them. And that's what's going to lead us to confidence. So who here is feeling confident in themselves? Raise your hand. Not all at once. I'm not even raising my hand. Who here is confident? And you never saw Star Trek? Oh my goodness, Caitlin. You've never seen Star Trek or Star Wars. So to help Caitlin, some people, you can be both, but I really do think that some people are either one or the other. I'm a Trekkie versus Star Wars. I have respect for Star Wars, but yeah, try to watch some. So try to watch some Star Trek, all right, or Star Wars. All of life's allegories and mysteries and things can be solved through those. But we're here. We have a couple extra people on for our feelings check-in, our Thursday social group, and we're talking about uncertainty, steps to help us with uncertainty. So as a group, we defined what uncertainty was. It's the unknown. And a lot of members have come to me, a lot of friends. Deborah, I am stressed out. I am worried. I am mad. I am sad because I don't know when this is going to end. That's why we're doing uncertainty today. And Sailor Moon. I do like Sailor Moon too, Caitlin. Thanks for sharing. So what we're doing right now is we're building each week. We're building like a staircase on steps to deal with our feelings on this. So every Thursday you can check in, tell me how you're feeling, tell me what thoughts are going through your head. You can always ask me anything, right? And to deal with uncertainty, the unknown, we said it doesn't last forever, but we can't give you an exact time when it's done. But we have a list of tips today. You're going to let me know if you think they're good or they're stinkers on what we're dealing with. So, for example, our first one was to change expectations and to move from expectations, meaning what we were hoping for, to a plan, making a list of things that we can do, planning our day based on things we have control over, right? And I listed a suggested daily schedule for you to follow. Thinking of things we can control. The next thing was to acknowledge our feelings, doing a feelings check-in as many times through the day you can to kind of just see how we're feeling, and that we don't push away feelings, whether they're up feelings or they're down feelings. There are no good and there are no bad feelings, okay? It's part of being human. So we move on to confidence. So have confidence in yourself, and that's when I asked, who has confidence in themselves, and why is this important to dealing with uncertainty? I guess sometimes I have confidence. That's that feelings check-in. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But it's important to remind ourselves that some people should lower their TVs and their computers. That we need to remind ourselves that we are very smart. We have a lot of strength in each of us, and that we have a lot of coping skills. We can do a lot of things that can help us be positive and get through tough times. So I want you to shift that mindset and think of, like, because I'm more of a pessimist, so I don't want you to think about expect the worst. I want you to be confident. I want you to tap into the things that you do to help yourself feel better. So if you're a person that, when I feel a little frustrated or I'm starting to get a little antsy, I go for a walk outside the house, and that really does help me. I listen to music. That seems to help me. Be confident in those things. Those are your skills. Those are your coping skills. Those are things that help you deal with bad situations, right? Hold on a second. Simon, can you go tell Cooper to lower his computer? So sorry. This is the unexpected. So you have coping skills. You can do this and have confidence in yourself. And when you know you are at a point that your son isn't listening to you, or he is, I just had this. I don't want you to get distracted by other computers or other sounds. And I have some skills I can do, but sometimes we need help, and that's okay too. So have confidence in yourself on the skills and the abilities and the ideas that you have to help yourself stay calm, right? You can do this. You can do this. But sometimes, yes, we do need help to take care of a problem. And when that happens, it's okay to ask for help. Always ask for help. Maybe go to your mom or your dad or your aunt and uncle or whoever you're with. Maybe it's the manager or staff in your home that you're with. Maybe it's a teacher that you have a connection with. Maybe it's a friend. Whoever it is, maybe it's a pet and you need to have a hug. It's okay to ask for help. That's not saying, oh, I'm not good enough. That's part of your coping skills. So be confident in yourself to know when you can take care of things and when you need a little bit of help. Have confidence. Have confidence. You can do this. Confidence will help you deal with uncertainty. Like, hey, I don't know when this is going to happen, but you know what? I've got enough up here. I've got enough skills. I've got enough help that I can make it through, because I know nothing lasts forever. All right? It doesn't. It's not going to last forever. Soon you're going to be complaining that you're seeing me in person. So there's always that. So feel free, check in. If I haven't given you a shout out yet, it's maybe because I didn't see you popping in, or sometimes I get the comments afterwards. So feel free, chime in, let me know you're here so I can say hello to you. And we're going to ask Simon one more time. Simon, help him keep that down. I think it's a second cup of coffee morning. Yep, second cup. All righty. So we had change our expectations, make a plan. 2, do our feelings check-in, right? Don't judge us. Just check our feelings. Our next one was be confident in ourselves. The next one is, big fancy word, proactive. So we're going to use those skills we just talked about. We have confidence, and now we're going to think ahead. We're going to use our plans. We're going to think ahead. Instead of dealing with our feelings as they happen, we're going to try to do things proactively, meaning we're going to do things ahead of a problem. So that's why you have a plan. That's why you have confidence. We're going to use, oh, really? The Titanic and the Hindenburg crashed on the same day, same time? Oh my goodness. That's a good trivia question, maybe for our next trivia. So when we talk about being proactive, kind of a funny, fancy word, meaning we're going to do things before it's too late, before we get to the point of no return. So instead of just ignoring our feelings and just letting them build up, some of you have heard how we have this water bottle analogy, keeps filling with water and water until the cap bursts off, right? We are going to work on plans or things that we can do to make sure we don't get to that point. Kind of like a what do you call that? Like an emergency valve or something, like lets a little steam out from time to time. So if we think of our calming techniques, which I had emailed some people, if we think of those calming techniques, those things that we do to help ourselves stay kind of chill and help bring on the up feelings and reduce the down feelings, and we put them in our plan, we do them regularly, we can help that helps keep us more even-keeled. So instead of us going like this with our feelings, it kind of helps keeps us more like this, all right? And that's what we mean proactively. We're thinking about. So if we knew that there was an expectation, we knew that there was a trip we were going to do, like I have a vacation planned. I had a vacation planned, a cruise planned in May. Well, I kind of have a feeling instead of me just waiting and seeing how it goes, I took action to make sure that, you know what, I dealt with it before. So maybe I canceled plans. I took control. So maybe there was something that you knew you were going to do, but you take some action. You say, you know what, I'm going to put that off for the time being. That's okay. I took control. I'm going to put that off, and I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else, and I'm going to be able to handle it. All right? So work on those calming strategies. Put them in your plan. Be proactive. Put them in your plan. All right? Number 5? Is it number 5? I've lost count. The next step is, we've talked about this, has made our other lists, right? Focus and think about what you have control over. That's really important. Okay? We get very upset and stressed when we worry about things that we have no control over. And that's uncertainty. You don't have control over it, right? I don't have control over when I can open the center again. I don't. Other people are telling me what to do. So when the decision was made, I stopped worrying about it, actually. I said, okay, the decision was made. Now I got to rethink. I got to change my expectations. I got to change my plan. I got to be confident in my skills to know what I can do to make those plans happen. And I've got to make sure I think ahead so I don't get too upset. But that was helped because I no longer I don't worry about what I can't control. I just don't. I can't. But there are some things that I can control. I can control how I act on my feelings. So instead of me, when I get frustrated, I may not be able to control my feelings because they happen, but I can control whether or not I come on here and I yell at you or I yell at my kids. I can make a choice. I can take a walk. I can take a break. That'll help me control that. I can't control that the restaurants aren't open, but I can control a little bit. I can control quite a bit about what I put into my body. I can take actions. I can do things with my family on cooking a nice meal or helping them plan a menu or planning what we're going to eat for lunch, right? I put spicy tomato rice soup in my crock pot. That I had control over. I can't go to my favorite restaurant, but I can control what I can make. So focus on the things you can control. You can call up a friend. You can do that. So do that. Do that. Don't worry about, I'm not going to see my friends for whenever, I don't know. Don't worry about that. It'll take care of itself. It will end. But you can control sending a message, going on our forum, coming on Facebook, right? You could do all those things. You totally can. You can join us on game night that's coming up. The last step, and I sound like a broken record, and some of you say, Deborah, not this again, is being mindful. So we have a few latecomers, and so this is our feelings check-in. So feel free to check in with your feelings, but before we get to mindfulness, these are suggestions. These are tips, ideas on how to deal with uncertainty, right? Uncertainty is things we just don't know. We don't know the answer to. We don't know when they're going to end. It's unknown. We're clueless, and it causes us stress. It makes us sad. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with those feelings? So, right? We changed our expectations and we made a plan, right? Right? We start to make a plan. We become the observers. We check in with our thoughts and feelings, and we forgive ourselves. We don't be mad at ourselves for our up feelings or our down feelings. We just let them be, right? We just let them happen. We're proactive, right? To do things to help us deal with these feelings. It's part of our plan. We can think of the things we can do. We're confident in ourselves and our skills. We focus on what we can control. And lastly, we try to be mindful. And this is hard for some people. So we're going to talk a little bit about it before we wrap up. So mindfulness, what on earth is that, Deborah? What does that mean? Some people think when they hear mindfulness and meditation and yoga and all these things, that it means I'm supposed to be happy when these things are happening. No, that's not mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you feel happier and calmer, but just by being mindful doesn't mean, oh, I'm being mindful because I'm telling myself I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. No, that's not what that means. Mindfulness is bringing in all these things we talked about. Mindfulness is being aware of who we are, where we are, and how we're feeling right here and now. That's all it is. All right? It's using our senses, our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, our hands, our ESP, our sixth sense, right? It's using our many senses to take in the world as it is, just right now, right? Not thinking about the future, what's going to happen in a year. I don't know. Who cares? I want to know what's going on with you right now. How are you feeling? Do your feeling check-in. So being present, meaning just getting an idea, using your eyes. Look out the window. I can see my neighbor's house. I told you I'm a people watcher. Just looking out, I see a breeze coming because there's leaves moving on the trees. Maybe I can smell somebody made toast a few minutes ago because I can smell it. Oh, I can hear the birds and I can hear a siren. That's being mindful. And that helps take our mind away from worrying about the unknown and the future and putting all this pressure on us. What it's doing is telling us that the most important thing right now is you here and now. That's the most important thing in the world. It's right here, right now, you and how you're doing, right? You with your family. So we do that by maybe taking a minute of just sitting and closing our eyes and taking some deep breaths. Maybe it's just opening our eyes and taking a look at the window, out the window, right? And just seeing what's going on. Maybe it's taking a moment to close our eyes and use our ears to listen to the birds or listen to our favorite song and listening for the guitar or our favorite words. Maybe it's just sitting down and having a delicious snack or that wonderful cup of coffee that my friend Christian walks to Dunkin' Donuts to get. And just taking a moment and seeing how it feels in our mouth, on our tongue. Is it hot? Is it cold? How does it taste? Just really enjoying the moment. There's lots of ways you can do that. It may be going to your special quiet place and sitting and counting your breath, feeling how you breathe. As I said, maybe it's going out and taking a walk, using your eyes and your ears and your nose. Maybe as you're taking a walk, Caitlin said it. Having your cat purr while you're listening to your teacher. That's excellent mindfulness. You're taking in everything and just letting it happen. Maybe it's doing yoga. Maybe it's joining us for Tai Chi. I'm hoping to get Christy for yoga. Maybe there's other teachers at our CEA locations doing yoga and wellness. That's all it is. Just taking a moment to stop and appreciate. That's part of it, is gratitude. Just appreciating the sound of your teenage son coming downstairs, his steps, and telling me hello. It would be nice if he said, "Mom, you're the greatest mom," but I've changed my expectations. So, for our feelings check-in, we've had some good responses, some good check-ins. And I hope that you're all well. So just to go over real quick, uncertainty. It is the unknown. We don't have an answer to our questions. Yep, I'll make lunch later. Cooper's got his expectations. He's got his plan. He knows we eat lunch at 12 o'clock. All right? But we don't know the answers to all questions, and that's okay. That's part of life. And uncertainty never, I guess that's certain. It is certain that there's always uncertainty, and it is certain that uncertainty never lasts forever. That I can tell you the truth, okay? I'm pretty wise. I'm usually not wrong on things like that. Remember, step number 1, change your expectations at this time and make a plan. Start making a plan, right? Over what you can do. Things that you know you can do. All right? Hey, make a plan about the things that are within your control. 2, do your feelings check-in. See how you're feeling and be kind to yourself. Okay? There's nothing wrong with feeling down feelings. And it's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with feeling up. They move. They change. It's part of being human. Be confident in yourself. Right? Have faith. Be confident in your skills to deal with all of this. You've got it. You've got it. I know you do. Yeah? All right. Be proactive. Your fancy new word for today. Think ahead of time how you can avoid losing control or how to keep yourself feeling more even. Try to think of ways that you can have more up feelings than down feelings. All right? Last 2 ones, right? Having control, right? Thinking of the things that you have control over. Focus on those things. Don't focus on the things you can't control. Don't waste your energy on that. You've got control over a lot of things, and focus on those things, and you'll find that'll help your feelings of uncertainty, that feeling of stress with uncertainty. There are things that are within your control. That's where you should focus on. Your thoughts and your energy, right? And the last tip of our dealing with uncertainty is being mindful. Mindfulness. How can you add that? That's another fancy word for the day, right? It isn't saying you have to be happy all the time. That's not what I'm saying. What it is knowing that in this moment, in the here and now, right now, you are the most important thing, you, your family, right? And just seeing the world as it is. enjoy your five senses, right? Just use them. See how you're feeling, how the world is looking, what's going on by listening to it. How does it feel, right? Yeah, get those comfy things. How does the chair feel? How does your food taste? Just existing in the here and now. That's all you need to do. So those are our steps. These will be sent to families on our email list, so you can check them out. You can follow along with the video as well. I want to thank everybody for, my time is up. I want to thank everybody for joining me on my Thursday Feelings Check-In. Our next live class on our CEA. Sorry, I got the gurgles. I'm not judging myself. It was unexpected, and it happened. Our next class on our CEA Bergen channel is it's for fashion and crafting. It's a sock project. We're going to see if we can make socks. So if you have fabric or anything like that and you sew, great. If not, if you go down the thread, you'll see there's a photo. You can print that out, or I'll get it up somehow on a website or on Google Classroom so you can do it as well. So we're going to be talking about designing some stuff. Friday's art class, you're going to want watercolors and markers. And then going into next week, there's probably going to be a rock painting class. And on Google Classroom for us, there is a video up on YouTube. It's Allison's class. But what I'm going to do is I will post it on our Facebook page, but you can access the materials and everything through Google Classroom. So I think that'll be a cool way too. So you should be receiving some emails. Remember, our next Zoom night is in 2 weeks. It's game show night. And I'll have some surprises for you there. So I want to thank you all for joining me for our Thursday's social group Feelings Check-In. And if you're seeing this recorded, please feel free to continue to write your comments. And if you need anything or you want to get added to our email list, you can add yourself, or what you're going to do is you're going to send me an email at CEA, the number 2, the word Bergen. So it's C as in cat, E as in eagle, A as in apple, 2, BERGEN @gmail.com. That's the email address for you to get more stuff coming your way. So I want to wish you a wonderful morning, a wonderful lunch, and I'll check in with all you cool cats and kittens if you're streaming or quarantine streaming later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.